What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again. I thought I'd do a different kind of content today. I've got opinions from the different rivals from the championship. Is their opinion on where their club will finish as well. So I thought myself, yeah, you've had enough of my voice. So here we go, of the different rivals and where they will finish this season.
Hi, I'm Jake from the Punk Chef 41 channel, and I talk about all things Sheffield Wednesday, as you can see behind me with the flag. So, I think Wednesday are really going to struggle this season. We're first going to get our minus 12 point deduction points back to zero, so we need 4 wins straight away. If we don't get them straight away, we will really struggle. Anywhere mid-table for me this year is a win for Sheffield Wednesday, considering we're on a project rebuild with Gary Monk and with the point deduction as well.
Big thank you to DoreOnTour for getting me on his channel, and I'm going to predict where Swansea are going to finish. Obviously, we came 6th last season, narrowly lost to Brentford in the playoffs. We beat them in the first leg, but unfortunately for us, we lost in the second leg. Early on this season, we lost to Newport already, so it's a bad start. You know, apparently some of the players don't like the manager, which is always a good start, but we have brought in some good additions. There's been talk about Matt Grimes leaving, potentially Andre Ayew, so fingers crossed those two can stay. I think we could struggle this season if we don't get a goal scorer. You know, with the goals Ryan Brewster scored last season, 11 goals coming in off the bench, or coming in from January, I should say. His goals will be massively missed, and we've not really replaced him at the moment. You know, defenders wise, we've brought in some good players again. Mark Geehee, we've brought in Corey Smith from Bristol City, Morgan Gibbs-White too. You know, he's a decent player, but I don't think he's as creative Conor Gallagher. So there's a lot of players who we've not really replaced or improved on quality. So I don't think we're going to have that good of a season this season. I think there's too many better teams than us, and too many better teams who are going to invest really. So I'm going to predict a 11th place finish for Swansea City. I know I predicted us 12th last season, we came 6th, but I'm always a bit more pessimistic about my team because I know a lot more, but I say that I still get predictions wrong. But I'm going to go 11th just because I'm not a biggest fan of our signings, and I think we just need some more players like a striker and a centre half, but there's a lot more quality teams up there, and I just think inconsistency will cost us yet again, especially with no striker. But thank you, Mr. Dore, for getting me on. If you want to subscribe to my channel, it's Swansea Away Days, all Swansea City content, live stream previews, everything basically. So if you can go and check my channel out, it will be greatly appreciated, and I'll be seeing Dore very soon when Swansea play Forest.
Hi, I'm Lewis Williams, and I think Luton Town will finish 16th in the Championship. I feel like we're going to use the momentum from last season where we stayed up and take that into the new season to help us have a strong start to the new season campaign. And I feel like a few more signings will make sure that we claim that 16th spot in the Championship. As long as we don't go down, I'll be happy.
Thanks DoreOnTour for inviting me to have my thoughts on your channel. I'm a Borough fan. I think Middlesbrough are going to finish mid-table. I don't think we'll be in a relegation battle. I don't think we'll finish in the top sort of 6. I think we've lost a lot of our players. Unfortunately, their contracts ran out, and we've only really brought in only one player in Grant Hall. We've lost Daniel Ayala, Adam Clayton, George Friend, Ryan Shotton, some big players. Hopefully we'll add a couple of players in the next sort of couple of weeks. But in terms of promotion this year, it's a bit too soon, I think. But yeah, hopefully we can have a decent season, and just, you know, the key's not about promotion this year, it's about passion, getting the passion back at the club, and hopefully we can show what we can do. Yeah, thanks.
Hi, it's Brady from Huddersfield Town podcast, and he takes that chance. How do I think Huddersfield will get on this season? The honest answer is not well. We were in a relegation battle last season, and I think it's going to be more of the same, unfortunately. We've got a new boss in Carlos Corberán, who's one of the coaches under Marcelo Bielsa and was the under-23s manager there. I think if he's anything like Bielsa, we'll play a lot more Spanish football than we did under the Cowleys. My frustration is the current squad is not good enough, and we don't really have too many players to play a similar style to what Bielsa's Leeds did. we've got a lot of young players, and that kind of brings inconsistency. We've had a lot of players underperforming, and I think those inconsistencies and just the individual errors will cost us once again. We're really struggling in defending at set pieces, and unless we get new additions, and obviously we've still got a month to go in the transfer window, but I can't really see us doing anything else and scrapping at the bottom. I've seen a lot of people predicting Huddersfield to finish 21st, and as much as it pains me to say, I can see why, and I do think it's that's where I see them finishing. Unfortunately, just scraping relegation, avoiding relegation, which is something you don't want at all. So hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be a long season ahead. Cheers.
I'm Zanzo, the Watford vlogger, and he's just told me to come on here and give my thoughts on, I guess, our season, what's going to happen in the Championship. He's asked one of every club, so I'm going to give my thoughts. This season, probably a lot of pressure. A lot of people are going to predict us to go straight back up. I think we will. I don't think we'll win the league though. It's not a Watford thing. We've never won the Championship, and we have won the playoffs, but if we get into the playoffs, we are screwed. I just don't see us winning a final, but I think we'll come second. I really hope it's going to be a good season. I feel like coming top, it's going to be someone, it's the Championship, it's going to be someone really unpredictable. Like, who thought Bournemouth will win it? Who thought that Sheffield United will win it? I think it's going to be someone like Wickham. Like, no disrespect, but it's going to be really, really unexpected team. But yeah, I think it should be a good season for us. I'm thinking second. It looks like we're going to keep Sarr, Delafeu, all our good players. So that's going to be good. But yeah.
Hello Mr. Door, DJ Ranger here from QPR Fans and Players TV, home and away. You've put out the question there, where do you think QPR will finish this season? Obviously, as you know yourself, it's a difficult one to predict so early, but I'm going to say bottom half finish. Actual position I can't really say, but I'm going to go for a bottom half finish. I think we'll struggle a bit this season, after losing a key player in Eze and not being able to get a proper out-and-out striker in the club, even though we have bought another striker, and with time will tell where we see it goes. So I'm going to go a bottom half finish, but come back to me halfway through the season and I might be able to judge it a bit better and actually officially where we do finish, mate. But thanks for asking me to give you my opinion on where I think we'll finish, and hopefully the team proved me wrong. That's it, DJ Ranger for QPR Fans and Players TV, home and away, signing out on Mr. Door's channel 3. Come on, you arse.
Alright everyone, Door kindly asked me to give my prediction for Coventry City's 2020-21 season. We brought in some good signings like Gustavo Hamer from Zwolle, Callum O'Hare from Aston Villa, Tyler Walker from Nottingham Forest, Leo Ostergaard, one of the best under-21s in Europe apparently. But because it's us, I never know what we'll actually do. We could genuinely finish anywhere from 1st to 24th this year. But in my opinion, I think we'll probably finish around the 16th, 17th mark, hitting a good mid-table, and I would be very happy with that.
Hello everybody, thanks for having me on the channel DoreOnTour. Where do I think Norwich City are going to finish this season? Well, I think we could have a really good season. Under Daniel Farke, we did exceptionally well 2 seasons ago in the Championship. We've made great recruitment in the likes of Oliver Skip, Jordan Hugill, and we've managed to keep a lot of the players we already have in the likes of Pookie, Buendia, Cantwell. So if all our players stay with the summer recruitment we've made, number 1 baby, number 1. Bet it will be a very tight season.
then the season's going to be an interesting one. We were knocking in and around the top 6 last season, and so far this summer we've not lost any major players like a lot of fans thought we would. You know, the likes of Ben Pearson, Daniel Johnson, Alan Brown, Ben Davis are all still at the club. The only thing that we're lacking at this point in time really is that natural number 9 to make that next step into the top 6. I think that with this current group of players that we've got at the moment, we'll go very close again, but it's just that extra bit of quality going forward that's needed to get us over the line. I think that some players are in for a big season for us. The likes of Scott Sinclair I think could really step up this year. We also had a few people that started to really step up towards the end of the season. Some of our younger players, the likes of Tom Bayliss, Ryan Ledson. I'd throw Brad Potts and Josh Harp into that category as well. I think that with Preston at the moment, we'll give it a good go, but we may just find ourselves falling short. It's all dependent on who we bring in as that natural number 9, and that could make all the difference for us. At the moment though, I'd probably just having those missing out in and around 8th or something like that.
Thank you, DoreOnTour, for inviting me over to your channel. My side is Reading. I think we're going to finish just in mid-table. I'm going to say 12th. We've got a new manager. He's from America. Have no clue how to say his name, but he looks to be fair decent. Realistically, like I said, 12th is as high as I think we're going to finish, but we've got some really good academy graduates coming through. For example, Tom Mack got in sort of the end of last season, the start of this season. Michael Elise, it's been quality. He's been wanted by a few different teams, for example Leeds, who've just been promoted. Same with John Swift, he's been wanted by Villa for 6 million. We've rejected that bid. We've signed one player at the moment, that's Josh Lauren, and Ovia Jari, we've re-signed him. We've got a decent midfield. Puskas Zhao scored a hat-trick against Colchester, but yeah, like I said, 12th I'm going to say. I don't see us pushing for playoffs unfortunately, so I'm going to go 12th.
Right, where do I think Derby County will finish? Well, we've just lost our 2 fullbacks. They've both gone to Sheffield United, Max Lowe and Jayden Bogle. I've said in previous predictions we need a couple more signings, and we are still linked to those players to finish in the playoffs. So I'm going to predict we're going to finish around 8th. You know, if we get a couple more signings in, then I reckon we can push for the playoffs. But if we don't get those signings in, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle with losing some key players and needing to get a couple more signings in to have that playoff team, in my opinion. So I'm going to say Derby County will finish 8th or around that, and depending on a couple more signings, we might finish in the playoffs.
Hey, I'm Jason.
And I'm Corey.
And this is the Rams Review Podcast. And we are here to discuss where we think Derby County are going to finish this season in the AFL Championship. My predictions are Derby will finish about 9th. Hopefully a couple of signings will help us push towards the playoffs. But ultimately, I think Derby are just about going to miss out. Corey, what's your ideas?
I think almost the exact same, Jason. I think Derby will be finishing between 8th and 10th. But again, if the proper signings can come in and, you know, they can get playing the way that we know that they can be playing at the top of their game week in and week out, I think they could push for the playoffs.
And that's the thoughts from the Rams Review Podcast. Thank you.
Come on, you Rams!
Hi guys, my name is DoreOnTour. Thank you to Dore for letting me be on his channel in this championship preview. I'm a Barnsley fan on here today to preview where I think my team Barnsley will finish after surviving by the skin of our teeth last season, and because of Wigan's points deduction. We're coming to this season off the back of our young players gaining a lot of experience. So this season I think we'll do a lot better than last year. I don't believe we'll be in a relegation scrap like last year. I think we will finish around mid-table or maybe just below, so between 12th and 15th, around that area. I think we'll have a nice steady mid-table season. I do hope so, and I think we've brought a few experienced players in, a few players that have played in the Europa League along with Solbauer that got last year, so I think we could do a good job next year, and I don't think we'll be in the relegation scrap. Thank you for Dore for letting me be on his channel, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Hi guys, it's Emily from Birmingham Fan TV here. I think we're gonna finish, I think 14th, 13th is probably a fair assumption. We have done a lot of rebuilding already this summer. We've got a great manager in Aitor Karanka. I think if you guys have seen us over the last couple of seasons, it's been a turbulent time. We've grown and we've gone so far, and then we've gone a couple of steps back, but I think we're finally cementing those foundations now of what we need from a good solid team. And I think if we get the players in that we're linked with, e.g. Scott Hogan again, Neil Etheridge, and we've got some good players already, I think we'll finish solidly. I think I know there's a plan for long term, but I think for this season, I think 13, 14 is about right.
Cardiff City champion here. I think Cardiff will finish third in my opinion, only on the pure fact of the squad announced, the new signings, which is very good, and we've been waiting to get new signings into the club. He's made a very nice impact from last year going into this year now, coming from 14th in the championship, going up to 5th, obviously going into the playoffs. I think with our side now coming into this season, it's going to be nice. We do deserve to go up this year, and we deserve to go through playoffs. Personally, we got a nice bunch of boys, a nice group of lads who can, work hard, and hopefully go on and do all the Cardiff fans proud and get into our top 3.
So a big thank you to Mr. Dorf for inviting me on his channel just to talk a little bit about Stoke City and my thoughts going into the season. Where do I think we're going to come? We'll get that out of the way first. I think we're going to come sort of top half, top 10 I'd be delighted with. Considering what we've had in the last couple of years, we've had relegation, we had a really bang average season in the Championship first time down, and we nearly got relegated last season. Literally just anything, just a bit stabilised this season. I'd be happy with that. I've been happy with our summer business so far. We brought in James Chester, really experienced centre back. We brought in John Obi Mikel, he's got accolades, a list as long as his arm, full of just high quality, high calibre medals. I think a star player this season could be Tyrese Campbell or Sam Clucas. Both of them were on fire towards the back end of last season, so yeah, looking forward to this season. Come on, Stoke.
Forest fans, Mr. Door Billy from Besotted here. How you doing? The new season is on, and as you know, last season we were close, but no cigar. We lost in the playoff final to Fulham, but this season it's back on quickly. To be quite honest with you, I'm not as gutted as I would be. We've lost 9 playoffs now, and I thought I'd be more gutted than I am losing to Fulham, but actually it's not that bad because we weren't in the stadium. So new season's on, and everyone's saying, how are Brentford going to do? Obviously we've lost Ollie Watkins, big player for us he was, and Saeed Benrahma's going to go pretty soon. But we've got in Ivan Toney, exciting League One Player of the Year, and he's looking hot. If he continues as he left off last season, hopefully we can get him to a level which will be doing things for us. But where are we going to finish? It's hard to say, because we always start slowly because of the new players that we bring in. But let's presume that we're going to do all right. We've got to go one better last season. We were 4th last season. Will we be 3rd? Will we be 2nd? I'm going to say that we'll get that 2nd automatic player spot, 2nd place. Keep the fingers crossed. I've got to keep positive. I've got to keep confident. Hope Forest have a good season, and fingers crossed we can get into the stadium and you can come down to Griffin Park. I'll be up there at Forest. See you soon.